Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Think Future. My name's Calabucas, and once again, we're coming at you live from deep in the heart of Silicon Valley, California. We're talking innovation startups of the future. Not necessarily those, and not necessarily in that order. If you're watching on YouTube, smack that subscribe button and hit that bell so you can get notified when a new show comes online. And if you're listening on your favorite podcast service, please subscribe and drop us a review on Apple Podcasts. That'd be greatly appreciated. I don't know why I said us. It's just me. So I've been reading up on Adlerian psychology. And Adler, I forget his first name, was a psychologist. Basically, he was a contemporary of Freud and Jung. And he was basically one of the biggest names in psychology at the time. But we hardly ever hear from him because a lot of the stuff that he wrote wasn't written for the psychoanalytic field. It was more written for the layperson. He was focused more on how individuals could improve their lives. And as such, he had a lot of very interesting elements to his psychology, and was almost a philosophy when it came to all sorts of things. Like, for example, life. Your lifeline. Everybody thinks of life as a line. It's a line that starts at point A, which is when you're born, and point B when you die. And there's a line that runs from beginning to end. But the reality is, and this is what he's postulating, is that it's not a line, but a series of moments, a series of dots. And if you zoom into this line, it's not a line. It's actually moment after moment after moment after moment. And if you think about your life as a series of moments, then you can think of each individual moment as a moment when you can actually make a decision about what path you're going to take next. So if you think about it that way, then you could actually ignore the past. So let's say you had a terrible past, and you're allowing this past to determine how you are today or how you will be in the future. If you look at life as a line, then you're going to say, oh, well, this past is determining my future. But if you look at this life as a series of moments, then you could say, this is the moment I stop acting like this and I start acting like that. I am making a conscious decision to do something completely different from what I did in the previous moment. I'm not on this line. I'm not on this tram line of history. I'm on this very moment. And in this very moment, I can decide to go this way instead of that way. So if you think about it that way, then change is actually easy. Because once you understand that you're not on a road, but you're on, I don't know, jumping from lily pad to lily pad, you can decide while you're on that lily pad to jump to this lily pad instead of that lily pad. You're not on a road which is always going in the same direction. You're on almost like a grid or a network which allows you to jump back and forth in any direction that you want. So a lot of us are trying to make change in their lives, make change in their organizations, make change, like they want to change what they've done before because it's just not working for them, right? Well, if you think about it this way, if you think about your life or the life of your organization as not just a line, but moments, and at each and every moment, you can decide to change the direction, wholeheartedly change the direction of the way you're going, then think about how powerful that is. That if you can decide to do something completely different in a second, because you've decided at that moment that the past is no longer going to drive your future, then imagine how powerful that is when you're trying to bring change into your life or into your organization. Now, it's difficult. Of course, it's difficult to get people to understand that life is not a line, but a series of moments. But once you get through that conceptual thing, and once you get people to understand that the past really can be discarded at any point, then you can decide if you want to change your direction or if you want to change your organization's direction. You can do that in a second, as long as you make the decision that life is a series of moments and not just a line. That's it for me for today. See you next time, and until then, don't forget to think future.